The Arab Spring has been accompanied by reported incidents of Christian oppression in the region. Many fear that their decline could mark a dramatic shift in the area. But how have Christian groups reacted to such reports? According to a survey list released by Open Doors, a Christian charity, Christians are experiencing tougher conditions in Arab Spring countries. Catholic Voices representative Peter Smith describes his reaction to the news.
It's really disturbing that so many Christians have been forced out of their homes in the Middle East. There's a lot of domestic and cross-border migration. I think that there's a real problem in that for many, many decades under dictators in the Middle East, there was an easy peace where Christians could thrive, I suppose, quietly. And now that peace has been substantially upset by the rise in Islamic fundamentalist groups, quite radical groups.
Sid Cordell, leader of the Christian People's Alliance, is also concerned by reports of Christian oppression in the Middle East.
We have a situation where I've been reading only today of large numbers of Christian girls who are being actually kidnapped in Egypt and forcibly married to Muslim men in order to make them Muslims, to force them to be Muslims. And under the law, there's no redress now. So that's happening at one level. At another level, what's happening in countries like Syria, for instance, and to a lesser extent in Jordan, is where uprisings are still in their infancy as well, or still not in control, if you like, of the country. They're still rising up. In those countries, Christians are being treated to incredible persecution for not supporting the Islamic uprising. And that's a massive problem, and that's causing Christians to flee across the world in large numbers and families to be broken up, and it's a tragedy.
Indeed, there are those who believe that more should be done to highlight reports of Christian oppression.
I think that there needs to be a considerable degree of political pressure, actually. So writing to peers and to MPs, in particular members of Parliament, I think a lot of people could do that. And then MPs will speak about this in the House of Commons, and they'll put pressure on the government to move with the international community towards protecting minority rights in the Middle East. I think people probably have spoken loudest with their pound in their pocket by donating towards refugee services and things like that. But hopefully political pressure will grow.
United Nations now needs to start getting involved to see what sort of states are rising up in the Middle East, and to try and make sure that minorities within those states are protected.
What does it mean to Christians in this country? Well, there's quite a lot of support for them, and there's a degree of lobbying as well. Peers like David Alton have spoken about this in Parliament, but I think this is something that needs to be highlighted more in the press.
Many UK Christians hope that the Arab Spring doesn't become a Christian winter. Indeed, many Christian organisations are hopeful that the UK government will take action where reported incidents of Christian oppression occur. This is Celestina Olulode for JN1 in London.